We tell ourselves we are civilized, believing that killing is merely a breakdown, a failure of morals within society. Yet, deep within our brains, intricate circuits are built for threat detection, rivalry, and ultimately, survival. The fundamental question isn't whether humans possess the capacity to kill, but rather why, when, and how we choose to engage in such acts. Violence, in its rawest form, predates the very concept of culture rooted deeply in our evolutionary past. Our ancestors navigated a world defined by scarce resources, constant threats from predators, and fierce competition among rival groups. Those who effectively defended their territory or acted decisively often secured their survival, passing on their genetic legacy. Evolution doesn't endorse actions. It merely explains that aggressive behaviors, from ambushes to coalition violence, were adaptive in many ancient environments. This biological legacy persists in hormones like testosterone and in neural circuits that prime us for perceiving and responding to threats. However, evolution provides only the background track. It is not an unchangeable destiny. Culture, law, and cognition constantly rewrite this narrative. Neuroscience highlights the amygdala, the prefrontal cortex, and the insula as critical players in the brain's response to violence. The amygdala processes threats instantaneously, firing before conscious thought can even register, acting as the brain's alarm system. Conversely, the prefrontal cortex is responsible for judgment, planning, and, crucially, inhibiting impulsive behaviors. When this inhibitory brake falters due to trauma, intoxication, or extreme stress, the likelihood of violent behavior significantly increases. Imaging studies reveal that violent offenders often exhibit reduced activity in the prefrontal cortex, impairing their ability to foresee consequences. They also frequently show hypersensitive amygdalae, leading to a tendency to interpret ambiguous signals as inherently hostile. However, brain scans offer predispositions, not absolute destiny. Human nature is remarkably plastic, with situations profoundly shaping behavior. In the 1960s, Stanley Milgram's experiment shocked the world, demonstrating how ordinary people, under authority, delivered painful electric shocks. Most participants complied, revealing the powerful influence of authority on human actions. A decade later, the Stanford prison experiment illustrated how ordinary students, assigned roles, transformed into abusive guards. Context pushed them beyond their perceived capabilities, highlighting the profound impact of situational roles. These studies, though controversial, unveil a terrifying truth. Power, anonymity, and obedience can unlock violent behavior in ordinary individuals. When group identity and dehumanization are added, labeling enemies as vermin or savages, killing becomes morally permissible. History is replete with examples where such language paved the way for atrocities. Dehumanization acts as a psychological switch, relaxing moral rules when someone's personhood is denied. Propaganda simplifies complexity, replacing faces with symbols and stories with slogans, especially during wartime. Moral disengagement follows routines, euphemisms, displacement of responsibility, and diffusion of blame. When no single person feels fully responsible, violence can escalate dramatically. Violence isn't solely individual. Ritualized aggression, like gang fights or organized warfare, transforms private impulses into collective action. Collective violence utilizes ritual, symbolism, and music to synchronize hearts and minds, fostering a shared purpose. Synchronized chanting and marching reduce empathy for outgroups, increasing the willingness to inflict harm. War binds people through shared purpose and shared transgressions, creating powerful, often destructive, bonds. A minority exhibits an extreme propensity for violence, psychopaths who lack empathy and feel little remorse. Neurologically, their reward systems respond differently to others' pain, highlighting a distinct biological difference. However, the largest predictor of future violence isn't psychopathy alone, but exposure to childhood abuse, neglect, poverty, and community instability. Trauma rewires stress responses, creating angry brains that hunger for control. Prevention is paramount. Early intervention, therapy, and robust community support significantly reduce risk, far more than punishment alone. Technology scales violence exponentially. A spear evolves into a cannon, and a cannon transforms into a drone. Modern weapons create distance between perpetrator and victim, diminishing empathy and increasing